Good day. Thank you, Madam Chair, and that's my senator from South Kingstown.
Good to see you, Taylor.
I would like to speak to all three. I believe that this committee has the chance to use discretion to right things. Perhaps the three members meet some minimal requirement, but their reappointment will maintain a significant lack of diversity on the committee and will continue that. Your committee here should approve committee members that will represent environmental justice areas, low-income communities, and people of color. So there is an adequate balance and representation on the CRMC. We need committee members on the CRMC that understand the impacts of industry and the Port of Providence on the surrounding residents. You know, this is where much of the issues of health for the people in South Providence, in Providence, come from. We need CRMC members with some expertise and representation in these environmental justice areas nearby. Your committee needs to right a wrong of racism that has kept people of color outside of the public bodies generally, and here on the CRMC specifically, that make decisions that affect their communities, the communities of color that are not that's represented, and their lives and the lives of their children. Please use your power to make a change.
Taylor, you have a question for me? Taylor, one of the senators has a question for you,
Oh, sure.
if you wouldn't mind going back up to the podium. Senator Connolly?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Taylor, thank you for your testimony. And I don't mean this to be an unfair question, but it's becoming this definition or understanding of what an environmental justice community is becoming important to the discussion for us. Mm-hmm. And I know that the EPA has a regulation defining what an environmental justice community is, and I don't mean this to be an unfair question, but just because you made reference to it, can you inform the committee as to what the definition is, you know, what the qualities are of an environmental justice community? That would assist us in understanding why that's important to the testimony regarding these three appointees.
I mean, so what I can speak to specifically is that parts of South Providence and Washington Park are environmental justice communities. They are the ones that are affected by a major expansion of the LNG facility at Fields Point. And so I'm speaking about that specifically. But beyond that, you have a CRMC, two of these three members, I believe, are from Little Compton. How many of them are from Pawtucket, from South Providence, Washington Park, from these areas? I believe that the environmental justice areas are areas that have extremely low income relative to their neighboring communities and have high rates of human health issues that are that's affected by the way development has been done in, over the years. And so these people living in these communities are adversely affected by the way commerce, transportation, industry has been placed and expanded and maintained. But I would also, I'm sure other people that will speak may have a sharper definition for you. And if I could use my phone, obviously I could give you the final answer very easily.
Thank you.
All right, sure.
I think we have another.
I got one more question for you.
We have another question from the senator first.
Yeah.
Senator.
You're probably the second or third person who's brought up racism, okay? And are you specifically complaining about racism from either one of these appointees?
I'm saying if your committee maintains the composition of a committee that does not adequately represent people of color, you are maintaining something that has has been developed over the years.
That's a credible argument and very different than what we have to consider. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but has there been any formal complaint or language used by these appointees that would warrant a complaint of racism against any three of them?
The only thing that I would say is that at a couple of those hearings,
Yeah.
I saw nothing from the committee members that did anything to promote the representation and the voice of the affected people in Washington Park and South Providence. I saw something that did not contribute to that. So de facto or something, I would say yes.